Hi, good morning. I just wanted to go over a couple of different things in regards to homeowners policies and basically, your insurance policy is only as good as how much it's going to cover. So like I tell all my insureds, I can get you the cheapest insurance around, but will it cover anything? So if you have a loss and I have to come to you and tell you that it's not covered, you will not be happy. So in reference to homeowners insurance, you do have several forms. You have your basic, broad, and your special. And I kind of like to, and I know that this is not the conventional way of explaining how these policies work, but just bear with me. And if this is something that offends you, I do apologize, but this is just the way that I look at life sometimes, okay? So when I'm going basically out and now, you have we have our men that we choose, and now we have that basic man, and that basic man ain't gonna do too much. He might go ahead and shovel the snow, right? He might go ahead, and if I decide that I need a couple of cigarettes, he might go ahead to the store and buy me a couple of cigarettes. And if somebody vandalizes my property, he might get out there and wipe it down, but he ain't going to do too much more. So that's going to be basically what your basic policy covers. It's just like covering that basic man. He don't do too much, okay? And then you got your broad man, right? So he does a little bit more than your basic, right? So then at that point you realize, oh, your home's broken into. He got you, right? So then here it is. You go, oh my God, they're fallen objects. What? He got you, right? If you have humming that basically froze and now your pipe is bursted, he got you, boo, right? But then he won't do the rest of the stuff, right? So then that's where you get your special man. That special man that's basically going to cover everything. So in the event that that pipe does break and it damages your things, now your things are now covered. So you may always want to sit there and see which policy form you have. Do you have a basic broad? Do you have a special? Or do you have a broad one? So that's just the way that I actually look at homeowners policies, and that's what you have to look at it and see if things are covered too. I got a phone call from someone the other day who says to me, I'm having a I have a leak in my roof. So my first question to her was, well, what caused the leak in the roof? So then at that particular point in time, she started to tell me, oh, well, I haven't taken care of the roof. I did have a claim. Something happened, so on and so forth. Now I'm going to let you know. It goes just like this. In the event that, let's say, something sudden and accidental happened to your roof, bam. Now here it is. It's lightning thundering outside. The shingles are flying off, and now a branch falls through your roof. Boom, and there's a hole in your roof, and you've got water going all over the place. As long as you have an HO3 policy, that would be covered, okay? Now, if you have something like, for example, let's say, for example, you have ice damming, but now you have just your broad policy, right? Your basic policy, your HO2 or your HO2 policy, I believe that's what it is. Now here it is, that ice damming is where that ice done sat there, and you got this big chunk of ice, but underneath it in the back it's starting to melt, just kind of like men where you don't see it. They just always melting all over the place and doing something. So now here it is. Now you causing now this water to come into my home. But now if you have just a broad form, that ain't covered, okay? So it's just like choosing your men or your mate. However it is, whatever you want that person to cover for you, that's exactly the type of policy that you choose. So you have to make sure that certain things would be covered in the event of a loss. So for example, wear and tear, never covered. It is your job to keep maintenance on your home. Do not look at your insurance policy as a maintenance policy, because the easiest way to get yourself dropped is to continue to use your insurance policy as a maintenance policy. I'll give you an example by using an auto policy. Some people have a coverage called full glass coverage on their policy. Every single time a pebble hits their windshield, it cracks. They now call their insurance company and say, hey, I got a crack in my windshield. Well, first of all, if you got if you have 3 or 4 cracks in your windshield, I'm going to start looking at you and asking you, where the hell are you parking this car? And who did you piss off? That every time you turn around that there's a rock going through your windshield. So you might want to think about doing what? Oh, something new. So my suggestion and my advice to everyone is stop saying this is the cheapest policy. I want the cheapest policy, because the cheapest policy don't cover you, just like the cheapest man don't cover you. Okay, so thank you so much for tuning into Insurance 101. And again, like I said, if you want to make sure that things are covered, your best type of policy to buy for a homeowner's policy is going to be an HO3. Any other policy might be suitable in the event that, let's say that you might be a landlord. So a landlord's policy is only going to cover the dwelling and liability. You know why? Because they are not responsible for the tenant's things. So it wouldn't cover your contents coverage. So again, when you're buying your policy, choose it as if you were choosing your mate. But if you guys want to have trifling mates out there, then you go right ahead, boo. If you like it, I love it. Thank you so much again for watching. Insurance 101. If you have any questions or you like the material, only thing that I ask that you do is maybe share this video or another one of my videos with any one of your friends or my viewers. So to my viewers, thank you so much for watching, and everybody else, don't forget to go ahead and hit that like button, to subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell, and you'll be informed anytime I post a new video. If you have any suggestions on anything you might want answered in regards to home, auto, umbrella policy, personal articles, floaters, even let's say you have a question in regards to business policies, which I'll try and get into some of that a little later, then go ahead and pick up the phone and give me, go ahead and actually, I'm sorry, and pick up the phone. Most people have been picking up the phone. That's why I started this. Go ahead and just leave me a comment, and I'll go ahead and make sure that I answer it. Have a great day.